What's up? Welcome to the No Manga Podcast, a weekly show about all things skateboarding. My name is Rick Beta. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. Holding my hands up. Thank you. I appreciate it. You can follow along on social media at Rick Beta. That's RICKBATA. Or email the show, nomangapodcast@gmail.com. All right. So very much like in line with, Creature Skateboards, Intruders. I'm going to add this, R.I.P. Rest in peace. That was a great show. Anyway, Independent Trucks did their version called So What You Got, featuring Omar Hassan's legendary skateboard collection, as they said it. However, I think it should be titled Legendary Trophy Collection, because if that's how many he has, it made me wonder, like, how many Tony has. Actually, how many has Tony lost over the years? I mean, didn't Tony lose like almost all of his? Or did he gave him away, right? And I can't remember. It's one of the two, but I believe I heard him say at one time or the other that over the years he had so many and they just got lost and he couldn't manage them all. So, but yeah, Omar, he's got a pretty hefty collection too, but either way, though, I'm a sucker for this kind of content, and I don't care which brand it comes from. If it gets released, I will watch it and most likely hype it up on this show. So no pressure, Sam. Yeah, I know. Intruders was great, but I don't know, man. Independence coming on up. But I do have to admit, though, I missed that series. I know you're busy doing other awesome things. Enough of that. Or as Omar would say, wham! First off, though, another RIP to Omar's Toyota Tundra. Those of you who've seen it, that thing is totaled. I mean, main thing is that, of course, Omar wasn't hurt. Hurt badly, I guess. It seemed like he wasn't really hurt that much. He didn't mention any pain that was inflicted on that, accident. But yeah, he wasn't hurt. That's the main thing with Omar, though. He gets down, but he's bouncing right back up. But I was just wondering how attached he is to that car. I think he said he's had it for since 2010. And the thing, obviously, it looks like it's already been, written off by the insurance company, or if not, it's probably in the process. And he was probably paid a hefty chunk for that, assuming that, the other parties involved had insurance, that didn't run off or whatever. But I mean, that's what I was saying, unless he's going to repair it. Either way, he didn't even care that it was parked right in front of his street during street sweeping days. You see that? That was straight up gangsta. It's like, oh yeah, you're going to clean up this street. I'm not moving my truck, though. You go around it. You go around it, man. Punk. You know who the hell I am? Clean streets around my cars. I'm Omar Hassan. Better recognize. But I'm on a side note, I'm grateful to have, 2 parking spots. Well, technically 3. There's one behind our gate that we can make work if need be. But I'm so grateful to have it because that way on every third Wednesday, that's how it is here. I'm not worried about, forgetting to move my car at night or waking up going, oh no, it's Thursday. There's probably a white ticket on my windshield. That's like $40 to $60. It never fails. So I head to work and I'm looking in the rearview mirror. So ticket. All these cars I forgot. Oh, damn. So yeah, hearing those brushes, even if it's in a video like this, hearing those brushes in the street still gives me a little anxiety. It just happens. Where's my car? Oh, I'm good. But Omar, he didn't even flinch when he saw that street sweeper. That's why I was like, that's how OG this guy is, And maybe he's in a neighborhood that they don't, trip out on those things. But on a side note, dude, I can totally imagine him having like 50 tickets just piling up, under the windshield or in his glove box. And he's not even tripping. I was like, whatever, man. You keep ticketing that thing. It's not moving. So yeah, RIP to his Tundra. Oh, I got a quick question. How many of you would have gotten the correct answer or even close to the question he asked at 56 seconds in? What kind of dog do you think that is? I mean, I don't know dogs that well. I mean, unless they're the obvious ones, you're like, you got a collie or you got a lab or a pit bull, German shepherd, husky, stuff like that. But whenever they get mixed like that, I don't know. Omar. You're putting me on the spot like that, dude. I mean, I probably would have said, it's part Scoob, part black dog. Is that correct? I've owned cats, most of my adult life, and I really don't know the various types of them either. I know them by their name, and I know them by their color. Are they thick fur, thin fur? That's all I'm good for. But it sounds like Rhino got it right, dude. And because I heard two yeahs after that, his answer still yeah, yeah. So there we go, Rhino. You know your dogs. You know your breeds, dude. What kind of dog is that? That's a lot of pressure put on someone that's filming on video, dude. Come on. Glad the mic wasn't pointed at me. But much like all these other videos that you show off your stuff, it's nice. It was a nice little. We got a treat to see inside of Omar's house. We got to see some of the photos he had on the wall. Some of his coffee table books. He even gave us kind of like a homework assignment to read the Thrasher ones. That's your reading, guys. That's your reading. He's got a nice little collection on the inside, and that's what I love about this content. I'm all for it. It brings me back to the days when they had MTV Cribs before. I don't know when it kind of, jumped the shark or just kind of got old, but I know they did Hawk's house. They did Sheckler's parents' house. I remember that Sheckler was so tiny that he was still at home. They did his parents' house. I mean, good times, but that it gives me that vibe, and I'm here for it. But it was about like the 2-minute mark is when we started to see his trophy collection. Dude's got ones that like are from all over the world, all in different shapes, sizes, and great stories for each one. He has recollection of most of the stories too, and probably about 98% of them. I think there was maybe a best trick award that he won, but he couldn't remember what he did. He's like, I don't know what I did for it, but here's this. But for the most part, he remembered them all of his trophies. It's a lot. I mean, well, especially even the one that he beat Tony Hawk with. The contest that actually went down here in San Jose, and I keep thinking, like, how did I miss that one? What was I doing? I know this is pre, like, big time internet, social media. So just my crew or word of mouth at the time, it didn't get back to me. So I missed seeing history. Damn, I was right there. That would have been so cool to see, like, go down in life, and talk about, like, a historic moment. Very cool. And I liked how he talked about the contest that he had with Jeff Kendall, and it's true. You didn't really see him place in the top 3 much. He always ripped. Don't get me wrong. Big time Ripper had amazing style. I always loved watching his parts. I never fast forward him. He did a lot of videos, we saw from the San Jose warehouse, stuff like that. But he was definitely one that I loved to watch skate. And the key thing is in both street and vert. So he kind of gave a nod to me. Yeah, he's like, Kendall got second, Yeah, it was awesome. And it wasn't until about the 16-minute mark is when he finished up on his trophy collection. 16-minute marks. So that's 14 minutes of trophies. Well, for the most part. I mean, there were some cool photos. They talked about a snowboard, what else, a bike, just other random stuff. But for the most part, it was all trophies. 14 minutes of trophies. I mean, honestly, I almost fell asleep. It was so long, It's like, damn, Omar. Save some trophies for the rest of us, bro. Quote, should we get the boards out? Hell yeah, we should. Who asked that question? Was that, I think it was Rhino? Now, you will have to see them, of course, but his board collection is nothing compared to his trophy collection. Nothing. It's tiny compared to. Oh, it's spoiler alert. Like I said at the top, this should be titled Omar Hassan's Legendary Trophy Collection. I mean, dude's been winning longer than most of y'all been alive. That's crazy, huh? That's how awesome this dude is. Like, true OG. But it makes me think, though, I do want to get one of his original blockhead boards, though. And I mean, I think it's wall mount worthy. That's a wall mount worthy one to have to display, hashtag, board collection goals. But I did a quick glance on eBay before pressing record. That deck, at least the range that I saw, is about the mid $200 to $300 range. I'm like, all right, and it seems to be about right, because I've been looking for the original Grosso toy box that I had. Not like the actual board, but the reissue, and that one's going for like 3 to 4. So I think this is my reality. I'm gonna have to spend like $1,000 just to get 2 of these boards, just to have my nostalgia fixed. I'll just have to tell my wife, she's like, "Oh, you got a new board, huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, it was $60 times 5." But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I saw one for $290, and it was signed, which is cool though because it was only the number 79 of 100. So Omar Hassan signed 100 of those bad boys, I guess, and $290. I think I could justify it then. Like, hey babe, it's a collector's item. It's only gonna go up in value. In like 20 years, this bad boy could be like $2,900 or more. But the problem is too, I might want to skate it too, because that shape, it's pretty rad, So I don't know. I'll figure it out one day, but I think it was just time. I think it's time. I want to get it on record. It's time to cop an Omar Blockhead deck. It's time, Rick. It's time. I mean, that at least start off with a sticker. I don't know. Anyway. Oh boy, I'm just checking my notes. You're laughing already. I loved how Rhino dumped out the box. They had a bunch of wheels and stickers, Now, let me ask you this, though, for those who've already seen this, okay? It's at 17:45 if you want to just fast forward ahead if you haven't seen it yet. When he flashed that pack of stickers and placed them in his hoodie pouch, that's not a legal jack. That's a jack. That's a straight up jack. Dude straight up jacked Omar in his own garage within eyesight. And then for the next few minutes, I kept watching. I was watching to see if he'd put him back. Kind of like, I'm joking. He has his hands in his, in the pouch for a little bit. But it wasn't confirmed until 1848. Look at that. He did indeed have them still. He kept that sticker pack. You could see the outline. Guilty. Guilty. That was hilarious, Rhino. Got any extra for me? I mean, Omar doesn't need to know while you're at it. What else can you fit in that pouch? That was crazy. Josh Kalis is nodding his head going, very impressive, Rhino. Very impressive. His shoe collection was pretty nice, too. It made me laugh because, namely, his Vans shoe collection. Obviously, he's been skating for Vans forever, but the circa, 2000 Vans were such a trip. I had some of them. I rocked some of them. They were ginormous. Huge. The tongues, puffy. Way puffy. It's like you could barely get the shoelaces tied. They're just so puffy. Back then, actually, did we? Because I know Tom Penny went like like untied shoelaces for a while, so I tried to copy that. But yeah, man. I mean, you could barely see the stripe on those shoes, too. That's the thing, What a crazy stage that we were in back in time. Quote, we were searching, dude. We were trying. That's what Omar said, regarding the fake airbag. I don't remember the fake airbag attempt. But I was like, good times, man. Good times. The Vans, they're trying it. Now they got, I got rid of my, I had some puffy Vans. I kept them for the longest time through the Jeff Rowleys. And I'm like, I'm not going to wear these anymore. Too big, too puffy. But that was funny, though. One thing I did want to point out, though, was very interesting timing. Much like in Ryan Lay's Followed, when he got a delivery of New Balances. I found it very interesting that Omar just happened to get a box of independent trucks while they were filming. Yeah, I'm like scratching my chin here like, what are the odds? What are the odds? I mean, even Rhino was trying to sell us with it, like, damn, Omar, get in a box. Wink, wink. It's at 21:34. You can hear it for yourself. I mean, if you listen close enough, though, you can hear the director say, and action. Just as the UPS guy exits his truck, you can hear it. And action. Cue UPS guy and go. I don't know. It just seems like a huge coincidence, guys. Really? First Ryan, New Balance, now you. I mean, you guys are looping in the UPS drivers now, too. Making them have to work harder. They were probably trying to deliver it, and they like said, "We're not here. Come back tomorrow." Omar's like hiding behind the door. He's like, "Don't answer. Don't answer. They have to come back tomorrow. Don't answer. Don't sign for that. Don't. Babe, don't sign for it. I need him to come back tomorrow. It just happens to be perfectly timed with our video, remember? Oh, wait. Did I say that too loud? Did the UPS driver hear? Did they hear us? No, he's looking at right at... He saw me through the window. I'm not answering the door, though. Okay, good. He's driving away. He'll come back tomorrow. Whew. But I guess, like Ryan told me, that's the thing you don't know about these videos. We're just slanging product. You don't even know it. Still got to get that rake that I talked about. Go back and listen to his episode that I had with them, or the chat I had with them, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we talked about rakes. Ryan knows what's up. He talks about rakes. But yeah, he talked about moving product. It's subliminal. Sometimes you don't even get it. Getting the logos in our faces, in our subconscious. This is how it works. It's almost like they're like kept selling. How random that they just show up. I know, crazy, huh? Could have had him and Rhino high five each other at the end, kind of like an '80s freeze frame. Wow, we got product delivery on this video, yeah. But very smooth, independent, very smooth. I mean, I see you. I mean, they're still the only trucks I ride. I've tried others. Don't get me wrong, I've tried others. I know Slappy's got some good product out there, you guys. I've tried. I always go back to Indies. It doesn't feel right for me. Doesn't feel right. But this was 26 minutes and 54 seconds of time well spent, and I want more. Like, Omar, Rhino, let's have a part 2. And I hope Indy continues to do this series. I'll hype it up. Intruders is dead. Intruders RIP, as I said at the top. There is a demographic for it, and it starts with me. I want to see this, please. And I know there are other people that like this stuff as well. I love this stuff. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love traditional skate videos, but it's nice to see behind, the mirror, so to speak, behind the curtain. See how these guys live. See how these gals live. Oh, and Omar, we have something in common, too. That's what I always love, too. I always love to see what we have in common. Omar and I, we have a lot in common. That's right. I mean, I was trying to be humble about it and not mention it, but now I think about it. 2209 is what I put on my notes here. You see that sign on the door of his? I have that sign, too. Yeah, mine's in our bathroom, but still, it's nice to know we have so much in common, Omar. Respect, dude. Yeah, invite me over, man. I won't steal your stickers. At least not while you're looking. But yeah, I'll put the link to the video in the notes below. Check it out if you haven't. And if you're an Omar hater, I'll say, dude, you're just wrong. Starting to heat up again here in California. Woo! Well, at least in the No Manga Studios here. I need to get a fan. Something that's not too big. It's going to blow right into the mic and just give you guys like a wind tunnel. But that's for me to figure out. I just wanted to let you know. So, another video that I loved this past week. Wes Kremer lives an analog life / skate tales. And this, of course, is from Red Bull TV with Matters Apps, as the host. Two names that are fun to say, right? Like Matters Apps and Wes Kremer. And I'm so glad we got to hear him pronounce his last name for us. I swear I said Kremer on a previous episode. It's still hard for me to say that. And everyone thinks it's Kramer, like as in Seinfeld. I mean, even Matters, he got it right, 3 times? And I kept hearing him, did he say Kremer? He did. I think I'm convinced now. I think it's Kremer. No more doubt, So, I mean, but that, as I said, there you have it. I mean, straight from the man's mouth. It's Kremer, y'all. But I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, It's kind of like the male version of Nicole Hawes. Everyone says Nicole House. But the Bunt guys, they got it. They got it right. Yeah, respect. When you can pronounce it correctly, at least talking to myself, you got to try hard. Sometimes you got to dig, But anyway, so back to the video. It was 22 minutes and 3 seconds of digital time well spent. Never mind. I'm not going to pat myself on the back for that one. But I'm so glad that Wes, he allowed us into his life just a little bit. We got to hear about his WSTE big Wednesdays. Meet his longtime homie Wayne, who was spitting some beats, dropping some beats, and spitting some rhymes there. Dude even threw down an epic late shove for me. Thank you, Wes. Thank you. That was epic, man. And I believe if you turned it up loud enough, you can hear him shout out "No Mongo" on the way down. I was like, "No Mongo." I think so. Maybe not. Probably that's a long shot. But that was awesome. I mean, Wes, he shoved it like after he boned it out too, like because he went off that little launch ramp. Boom! I'm doing it with my fingers now. You can't see it, but boom, and he boned it out a little bit, and then late shove. So the tail was higher than the nose. Oh, sweet. That's how you do them. That's how you do them. Sheffy had a good one too, man. I always loved Sean Sheffy's late shows. We got to see, Wes's whips. And what do you know? He too also has a broken down vehicle that he's holding on to. The parallels are insane. He and Omar they have something in common. That was a trip though. I was like, what? So I don't know if he's gonna repair that bad boy or is he's done with it. He's just keeping it, gonna skate on it. It was cool. I got to see some of his room. But I guess, when he's in town, he says he's been staying since he was 4 years old. Same exact room. The parents didn't empty nest on him and kind of turn it into a video game room or a reader's den or something. It was so cool that his parents were able to keep it as is, including the picture collection, in his photographs. But it was interesting. It goes around this time when he was talking about his photographs. We finally got to hear Wes talk about as he said, the diarrhea, aka all the peeps with iPhones taking pictures. Diarrhea is just a fun word to say, just like Matters apps. Diarrhea, it's fun. And I was wondering, my kids when they were little, and those from the first words they learned, they loved saying diarrhea. But right at 12 minutes 50 seconds, you can see and hear how bummed he got. His total mood, attitude, it all changed in an instant. All due to the iPhones, all to the diarrhea, just straight up diarrhea next to him. Quote, "It's more about the memories, just capture the moment." Great point, Wes. I know. Great point, dude. But he got me thinking, really thinking around the 15-minute mark. And he went very simple, but yeah, it was deep. It was impactful to me, the knowledge that he dropped. But it was, I guess it was so damn inspiring and true that I almost didn't finish the video. That's how it hit me. I'm like, dude, what am I doing on this device? Watching this video that he's on right now, telling me that he's done with all this technology. He doesn't need it. I almost threw my phone against the wall after hearing that. Straight facts. Damn, that was good. At least with a magazine, there's an end. Let me repeat. At least with a magazine, there's an end. I have one right here. Let me see. Which one's this one? No, this is the one with Louis in the cover. Louis! But it's true. Per his knowledge, first page, last page. Doesn't matter how long you read it. It could take you 2 hours, 3 hours. But there's an end. And what he said about social media in comparison is so true. I'm like, light bulb moment. You have to hear it. I'm not even going to try and go, paraphrase. Got to hear it verbatim from his mouth. 15-minute mark, okay? But I guess my only complaint, though, about this video is that we truly didn't get to see, like, exactly how Wes, lives his analog life. We got to see, photography-wise, but how cool would it have been, like, to see from sunrise to sundown? How exactly does he do it? Does that flip phone he have, like, have an alarm on it? If so, is it like a snake alarm? Remember that game, Snake? How does that work? Or does he just... I'm answering my own question. Does he just wake up when the sun smacks him in the face? That seems like something he would do. He's like, you know what? I don't need a clock. I don't need a clock on my phone, man. The sun, it tells you when it's 8:17 a.m. I get up. And what does he do for skate content, Is it magazine only? Because skate content It does have a beginning and end, but you're watching on a digital device. Am I taking this too far? I mean, has he seen Avatar 2 yet? Or does he have like a special 35 millimeter print at his house? I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm spiraling. I need to stop. I mean, these are just crazy questions that pop into my head. Sure they don't matter. That's what I have to do. I vocalize things on this podcast. But yeah, that was my only drawback. I wanted to see more of this analog life. I do love his taste in food, though, especially for Mexican food. Hell yeah, that's the food I keep going back and forth. Like someone's, they ask, well, what's one type of food that if you're on a deserted island and you can only have one type for the rest of your life, I think it'd be Mexican food. I mean, sure, it's all different variations of it, but yeah, burritos. I'd always get the Cali B. That's what I would get. California burritos are the best burritos on the planet. Period. Game over. Thanks for coming. And matters to answer your question for Wes, what makes the California burrito a California burrito? It's the fries. It adds nice texture to it. Don't knock it till you try it. Don't even. If you've never had one, I recommend that you make your way on down here to California stat. If you're in the Bay Area, let me know. We'll go find a good spot. I know a couple good spots to introduce you to. You'll be like telling your wife or significant other, like, I had a burrito with fries in it, and they'll look at you like you're insane. It was the best thing ever. Guarantee you are missing out. So Matters knows what's up. What do you say? He's all bomb. Fries in a burrito. Some may say, oh, that sounds gross. It's far from gross, so trust me. At least try it. But it's actually all in how the fries are cooked. I do have to say this. So when you do try them, it depends on the time of the day. Make sure they're fresh. They're not soggy. They have to be cooked just right to make it all work in the restaurant. If they know what they're doing, if they are selling them a lot, and if they don't sell them a lot, it's probably because they suck. But either way, after a long night of adult beverages, nothing hits the spot like a nice California burrito, or I'm sorry, nice Cali B. I mean, I think I'm a little bit too old to say that. Go in the restaurant. Yeah, give me the Cali B and a water, please. And they're like, dude, what are you saying, old man? What's your favorite burrito then? If it's not a Cali B, because Cali B's are the best. Great taste, Wes. I know. See, we have something in common too, Wes. Just like Omar and I, we have a lot in common, dude. Damn, now I want one. But either way, you have to check out this video, or a worst case, if you're strapped for time, starting around 1937, okay? Just to hear what Wes has to say right there. Pretty much no F's given. None. I love how confident and set he is in his ways. It's his way or the highway. They're like, you know what? I mean, literally though, he's willing to die on that hill. And I respect that. Totally respect that. How he does it, that's tough, In this day and age, sponsors want to see content. They want to see you tagged. They want to be tagged in your content. They want to know you're out there hustling. Yeah, we know Wes is doing. We see his product and his results all the time. But if you're like a brand manager, how does that feel to you? Like, damn, It's like, can we create one for you and just we manage it? I think he wouldn't even allow that. Like, no. So it's just very interesting time, though. But I do have to admit, though, this video had me looking up houses on Redfin, though. Yeah, I mean, more specifically, Mission Beach. I've only been to San Diego once. That was about, 23 years ago or something. Maybe, yeah, a little bit longer than that. I fell in love right away. Fell in love. It's been on my radar for decades. Talked about it with my wife. Yeah, if we ever move or have to move, San Diego's nice. It's comparable to San Jose, and as far as price, we'll make it work. But I think I found the perfect house, though. You guys can look it up right now. It's on 3465. That's a nice ring to it. 3465 Oceanfront Walk Drive. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Get this. It's only listed for $3,295,000. That's it. I mean, it's very comparable to the other side of the hill that I want to live on in Santa Cruz, Cliff Drive. I'll take either one. Universe. Whatever you want. Hey, I'm open. I'm flexible. I'm asking please. I'm asking nicely. Pretty pleased with a, cherry on top. But yeah, go look up that listing. I'll try and include it in the notes below. But yeah, Oceanfront Drive, 3465 Oceanfront Drive. Let's have some parties there, you guys. I'll invite you over. Yeah. I could totally adjust doing here's what we'll do though. We'll do big Thursdays down there. And I'll have my little blunt steel rail out there. We'll do some slappies on it. Navarrete and West be like, what the hell, man? Like, hey, it's Thursday. You don't own Thursday, dude. Big Wednesdays. We'll call it big-ish Wednesdays. Big-ish Thursdays. Now I just need to convince the wife, and of course come up with, 3.3 million. No biggie, right? We could do this. Notice how I'm looping you guys in like I'm do some GoFundMe or something. Hell no, Rick. We're at Mission Beach, you guys. We could be down there. 3465 Oceanfront Walk Drive. That's a mouthful, though. Oceanfront Walk Drive. You say that in front of someone, it's like the record stop show. Oh, you live where? You down the street from Navarrete? West? Anyway. And finally, shout out to fellow skateboarder, podcaster, Curb Junkie, Drew Domkis, as he appeared in Curb Junkie's latest film, Slap and Destroy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Talk about a perfect name for an awesome style of skateboarding that isn't going anywhere. It's only gaining more momentum. And I'm not just hyping up Drew because he is, the first return guest on this show. Yes, an NMP NBD. He's the first guy to come back. And hopefully we'll get a first gal to come back too. But either way, first return guest on this show. That's big time. That's big time. I'm hyping him up because the dude shreds. And he's just a little bit over 50 too. Killing it. And he recently got to meet up with Scott Loist, another former guest on the show. Scott, yeah, oh my gosh, more claps. And most importantly, though, Scott made the trek from Canada down to Wisconsin. On the map, it looks like it's simple. It's a couple inches on the map. But no, it's a trek. That's a trek. Freaking awesome, fellas. So they're at 24 minutes and 33 seconds. Followed, of course, by his co-host and skate pal, Aaron Monty. Get it, guys. Get it. Shout out Skatosis. I'm sure we're going to hear about it. But that was very cool. But I'll put the link to that in the notes below. Just know this bad boy is a little long. 44 minutes, 15 seconds. That's the time to commit. I'm about, halfway through? So plan ahead. But I kid you not. I'm loving every moment of it. It's so inspiring. And it's made me want to stack clips for the next one. I don't remember hearing about this, so they kind of kept it kind of low key. Maybe they didn't want to have billions of clips to go through. But who knows? I'll be out of work officially for the summer. In the next 2 weeks? Let's see what this next month and a half or two, kind of how it goes. I got plenty of boards. That's not an excuse. I got to get out there. No pressure, Rick. No pressure. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week.